Hello. Hey guys. Welcome on the today's live show. We have a really bloody day so all of the cryptos are in red, but we have faith in this market and we have hope that it will turn. So let's get into the news. First of all, let's check the crypto fear and greed index. It is it at 10, so in extreme fear, and I haven't seen this index below 10 ever. So this 10 should be really uh, deep level in this fear category. So we see that yesterday that was 23, but today just went absolutely ballistic. So it's dropped to 10, and now we are at the lows that we witnessed in the past 1 month, few times ago. Most of the times, the fear and greed index spent between 10 and 20 in the last months in the extreme fear category. And as you check historically, in 2020 March Corona dump, and also in 2018 in the bear market that we experienced this extreme fear levels around 10, and I see there was also 9 and 8, so it can be worse from here. Okay, but let's get into the news and see what are the news out there. So here is how Bitcoin's impending dash cross could be a contrarian buy signal. So it's dated middle in June, and let's see that not all that crosses are bearish signal, and we know that before the dead cross something happened with the price that's indicating that the dead cross will happen. And the dead cross when the 50-day moving simple moving average crosses below the longer term moving average, generally the 200-day simple moving average. And this is what's happened previous time. You see here, and in 2019. And let's go forward, see what's happened last year, because it's really unusual. So this is what's happened in 2019. There was a dead cross for a few months, and there was a drop, and there was more than, let's say, approximately 40% drop from there. And after that, in March last year, we witnessed this huge drop in the price. And after that, that cross happened again, but indicated a really nice bull run to the upwards region. So the most recent cross occurred on March 26, 2020, when the BTC USD pair closed at 6,458. However, this dash cross turned out to be an excellent contrarian buy signal, as the pair had already formed a bottom 2 weeks back at 3,800-ish levels on March 13. So there was the bottom, and after happened the death cross. Here there was the death cross, and the bottom happened few months later. So this is not the same. And this death cross that happened in the bear market in 2018. Key takeaways. So typical long-term investors don't need to panic if they spot the death cross on the daily charts, but it's a signal to be more attentive to and perhaps prepare one's portfolio for positioning for a variety of unanticipated outcomes. Death crosses can also at times be used as a contrarian signal, so when they are spotted, traders should look for other indications of the chart to spot a possible bottom. So this is you should be aware of that. It might be signaling also a buy signal, and also you should just positioning and dollar cost averaging if there will more tips coming. So the next piece of news that was in the morning, so it's not so valid anymore, but let's see. Bitcoin ice recovery. Here is why BTC could struggle near 35,000 US dollars. So we wished for 35,000, but now we are around 40,000. So when this article was written, there was a support zone at 32, but it lost, and there was a 100 hourly simple moving average at 35. And actually, all these levels invalidated because the price dropped further from this today morning's 33,000. The price dropped down close to 29,000, and it seems to be it's bottomed out, but also the drop can continue further. So all these levels are not valid anymore, so I will not go deep into that. We will check it on the trading view chart. So bearish Bitcoin transfers to spot exchanges at highest levels since March 2020 crash. So it indicates that retail people and investors are panicking, and they are sending Bitcoins to exchanges because they want to sell off. The largest inflows of Bitcoin from external wallets to spot exchanges in over a year present another worrying sign of an impending bear market. Okay, so although has already lost roughly 50% of its USD value in 2 months, the asset is just could be prime more adverse price developments. So substantial price drop in the next week to 30,000 following the fight from China and negative news from Tesla and Elon Musk. So we see that we are here, and this is the inflow to spot exchanges. So you see here, there was an inflow at the May crash, and now there is an inflow. And this is the second biggest Bitcoin inflow to exchanges since the big Corona dump. So I think, it can just increase further. But once people are just selling everything, the price cannot dip further. It gets even worse. Yeah, it can happen. This is the death cross that we already talked about. So I think it's not nothing special, but you have to have strong hands, strong diamond hands, not a weak paper hands. Bitcoin falls 15% on inflation bombshell eToro crypto roundup. Okay, so Bitcoin fall. Okay. On Wednesday, Fed Chairman Jerome Powell acknowledged rising inflation and responded by bringing forward the timing of the next interest rate hike to 2023. So this caused that the dollar started to became stronger against other fiat currencies, and also the stock market, the gold market, commodity and crypto market just crashed. Yeah, some good news. Panama and Paraguay looks to follow El Salvador. Yeah, China is banning everything everything about crypto, and they are pushing their Chinese digital yuan further. Okay, they already know all this news. Two Fed officials see high inflation persisting in 2022. So we already know that the inflation is growing since last year as the money printing started to go brr, and also this huge M1 and M2 money supply increased sharply, and this will cause inflation this year, next year. But as these huge amounts are out there, that the inflation will occur. Dallas Fed's Kaplan repeats his support for tapering asset purchase sooner rather than later. So they want purchase assets. So if they are starting to buy shares and bonds, then maybe they can just support the stock market, but not other markets for sure. I leave it open, and we will discuss it also later. Analysts claim Bitcoin is headed into short squeeze territory, suggesting another price spike. So you see there are some bearish news, there are some bullish news, and these analysts just expected a short squeeze. This short squeeze hasn't happened yet, so we'll see if there will be a short squeeze or not. This time, many people are anticipating a bear market. Bitcoin holders are building hedges. Those who bought at high prices are locked in, so they are not selling. Okay. In November 2020, there was a temporary sharp increase in the number of short selling positions at a high price. Afterwards, the price of Bitcoin continued to rise, continuing its bull market position, no matter if the market outlook is trending downwards after rebounding or if Bitcoin maintains its bull market status. Short traders have always suffered the consequences of being squeezed out of liquidity. So what I see now that both long positions and short positions are just shaking out from the market. Bitcoin to surpass 93,000 by November, stock to flow model. So this is the Plan B stock to flow model, and we have turbulent times. Bitcoin is below 34,000, triggered by Elon Musk energy fund and China mining crackdown. There is also a more fundamental reason that we see weakness in June and possible in July. My worst case scenario for 2021, August 47,000, September 43,000, October 63,000, November almost 100,000, December 150 for 35,000. So this is Plan B's expectation, and we know that there is a upper range and a lower range around this metrics, and now we are at the upper level, so nothing bad with the stock to flow model yet. I will put it here, also discuss it later. The next piece of news about the China bans. So over 5 metric tons of Bitcoin mining rigs airlifted out of China. So miners started to move out from China, and then they are finding new home for setting up their mining machines. And this is the issue that if accounts for about 60% of greenhouse gases emitted in the world and global warming, but it's not just Bitcoin, all other that consuming electricity. The new mining headquarters, the United States, Texas, Miami, El Salvador, and other small nations that are producing renewable energy, and Chinese miners moving there, and also they are airlifting mining machines, mining rigs out of China. So this is an opportunity because we've seen that the Bitcoin mining is really centralized because almost 65% of the total hash rate came from China, and with this it started to reduce. The hash dropped a little bit, but now miners are moving to other regions, other countries, and then it's more healthy, and hopefully not just the United States will take all the new miners, but all other countries, and that will be somehow more decentralized than it was before. So the network will be more secure, and I think it will also more healthy because the consumption of renewable energy. Next piece of news: Facebook's David Marcus, China's Bitcoin mining crackdown. Great development for BTCs. Also, the Facebook developing the Deem stablecoin and the crypto wallet. Novim and David Marcus, one of the executives, says that this is a great development for BTC. Okay, great development for the cryptocurrency. Many people in the crypto space agree with him. How is more Bitcoin mining power moving to the United States and the West a bad thing? In my opinion, China cracking down on mining is a great development for BTC. Quote. I totally love it how energy supposed move to bring down Bitcoin actually works in its favor. Perhaps what doesn't kill you makes you stronger has never been more truer. Chinese miners or miners that were domiciled in China are looking to Central Asia, Eastern Europe, and United States and Northern Europe. Every Western mining host I know has had their phones ringing off the hook. So it's really, really thing. Cool. It's a really good news. So this FUD around China that banning mining, banning OTC, that it's really useful for Bitcoin because Bitcoin will be more decentralized, and from weak hands it will go to strong hands. So these Chinese retail investors who bought Bitcoin because they cannot just invest in any other overseas projects. So that is why it will be not dependent if they are holding strong or not, because it's moving to other strong hands. So this is my opinion, but let me share your opinion. Rich Dad Poor Dad, Robert Kiyosaki warns of biggest crash in world history. Expect 24,000 Bitcoin price. So he expects the biggest crash in the history because the inflation, because the money printing, biggest bubble in the world history getting bigger, biggest crash in the world history coming, buying more gold and silver, waiting for Bitcoin to drop to 24,000. Crash is best time to get rich. So, okay. When the BTC price fell to 37,000 level on May 30th, Kiyosaki tweeted, Bitcoin crashing, great news. When price hits 27, I may start buying again. A lot will depend upon a global macro environment. And we know that global macro environment, it's not getting better. Don't save, buy gold, silver, Bitcoin. Dollar is dying, he said in April last year. So this is that you should consider, and this is why it's good to hold Bitcoin, gold, and silver for a long term, because it's a kind of hedge against inflation. The SEC, the US regulatory body, looks to implement new crypto regulations, says Commissioner Hester Pierce. That's a great news, because few weeks back there was a news that the SEC will not work on any crypto regulation this year, but now it seems to be that they changed their mind. I hope that we can provide clarity in a few different areas. One would be, I have put out a token safe harbor to give some clarity around token distribution events. I think we need to approve an exchange traded product based on Bitcoin. And frankly, we have gotten new applications based on ETH as well. And then we need to provide clarity around custody for regulated entities, so for broker dealers and investment advisors. Those are some of the areas I would like us to take action in. So this is a really great news. That means banks and financial institutions will get more support to set up their infrastructure, and also this ETF exchange traded product will get more attention, as already 10 or more applications have been submitted to the SEC. Cool. So that is a great news, and we should follow. Hester Pierce is a crypto mom, so she's supporting crypto developments, very, very powerful, and hope that she will get more support within the SEC. Billionaire Steve Cahan, I'm doing a deep dive into crypto. I'm fully converted. I'm not missing this. So there was a news a month ago that he will invest 1.5 billion in crypto, and not just Bitcoin, but in crypto. Emphasizing that he is fully converted, the billionaire said, "I'm not going to miss this. I already feel like I missed the first part of it. I'm doing a deep dive in crypto. I'm fully converted. The timing is never good. Who knows? I don't know if these things are going to go up." So I think the time is really good now. So it's much better than 3 months ago. So I'm not missing this. I'm not going to miss this. I already feel like I missed the first part of it, but I still feel like it's early. So he thinks it's early, and even if the price dropping and we are witnessing this bearish territory, that this billionaire is stacking sats or just accumulating. There was a big news yesterday that MicroStrategy buys 13,000 Bitcoin for almost $500,000 and now, not $500,000, $500 million, and now holds over 105 piece of Bitcoins. Great news. That's an amazing news. And the average price, it's 26,000 US dollar per Bitcoin. So the average price is, that was the original average price. And now the latest purchase, this 30,000 Bitcoin, the average price is 37,000. So I think it's a really good average price. And don't forget that MicroStrategy announced that they want to sell MicroStrategy shares for $1 billion US, and he wants purchase Bitcoin from this $1 billion US. So this is what will come in the very near future. So that was the news yesterday that the People's Bank of China, the Chinese central bank, just ordering Chinese banks to cut off accounts for crypto OTC. So with this, they are also banning crypto OTC traders, and that caused the panic because investors sold Bitcoin, Ethereum, because they wanted to cash out. There was a fear if these OTC traders will not provide any service, that they cannot cash out from their crypto. So I think that everybody who wanted to cash out did this. Okay. Now let's go to see our next news. Good news. Portugal is licensing crypto exchanges. Portugal is giving licenses to crypto exchanges. This may signal growing acceptance for digital assets in Europe. Other governments like Malta have licensed exchanges. And also Portugal is a really crypto-friendly. The taxation and all other supports to run a crypto business or just move there as a crypto investor, this is a really supportive. And in general, Portugal is supporting startups and technology startups very, very well. So the next piece of news, crypto analyst predicts that ETH breaks about $10,000 US in second half of 2021. Now it broke below 2,000. Kaleo, the trader guy, and he's tweeting that Bitcoin about 100,000, Ethereum 10,000 US dollars. So we'll see. And also he expects that in the next bear market, Bitcoin will back down to 50,000 and Ethereum to 1,000. So I think it's a really low level, but we'll see if this will happen or not. But first, if 10,000 happens, that would be amazing. Okay, so that's it for the news. Be sure that you follow us on Twitter, and also just join to our Telegram channel, because we are sharing daily crypto news here and other important news about the crypto market. We are educating the crypto market, and also our CorionX token is helping to newbies entering the crypto space and providing nice rewards with different use cases. So be sure to follow us on Twitter, join our Telegram, and also subscribe on our YouTube channel, push the like and the bell notification all. So let's check. What about the chart? So now we have a nice small pump, but let's check this on the daily chart. So what we see on the daily level, so we are here at this support zone that was support in January this year, and also we are really close to this dips level at 28,000. So the deepest level was at almost 28,000 that time, and now we are in the downward trend. It started last week from almost 41,000 and just dropping there. Let's check the 4-hourly chart. We see clearly that Bitcoin spent in this falling wedge and just came down and also formed another wedge here. We can check it on the 1-hourly, and just it broke out from this wedge, and now it's back in the wedge. So I think it was a fake out or something like that, but we know that at this level, 30,000, 29,000, 28,000, lots of confluence point, lots of resistance. But if Bitcoin would lose 28,000, that the next support level would be at 24,000. Let's check it on the other chart. So 28,000, 25,000, almost 23,000, and down. We have lots of bearish sentiment on Twitter and in social media. We'll see if Bitcoin would able to just go above 43,000, that we might see a small pump here, but it's not that this is over, so it can drop further. But for now, this support zone was a clear resistance. All other altcoins are really in deep red. Ethereum fall down almost to 1,700, so that was really deep for Ethereum. And now also Ethereum looks to recover a little bit. And also we see that transitional markets are recovering, but not too much. And also the dollar index is just, it's consolidating a little bit now. Okay, so the shorts on Bitfinex, it started to increase again. So people are just closed shorts and now increasing shorts again. And the Bitcoin dominance also started to increase from here. So it lost momentum, and we expected that will fall down, but now it just turned in the other direction, and maybe it will go to 50 level. So all altcoins are in red. I think the best is not to trade in this market, but it's a good time to accumulate for a long term. Even the long-term altcoins and Bitcoins is a good time to buy because they are really cheap. And also use dollar cost averaging. So don't spend your crypto in a one-time purchase, but put different limit orders, and you can catch these dips. And even if Bitcoin would fall to 20,000 or even lower, that you have fiat on the sideline or stablecoin on the sideline, and you can add to your long-term portfolio, and your the dollar cost averaging will be really amazing. I don't suggest to trade, but it's not a financial advice. It's not an investment advice. This is just purely educational and entertainment purpose only. So guys, hope you enjoyed, hope you learned something. See you tomorrow. Be safe, smile, go outside, spend time with the family, and don't trade at this